Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is Let's Play Castle Story. Castle Story is a voxel-based strategy castle creator game. It is an early access title, so everything you see is subject to change and is not a representation of the final product. It was released for Steam Early Access September 2013, and it was published and developed by Sauropod Studio. Now, being an early access title, there are some features that are obviously missing, and there may be occasionally a couple of bugs, glitches, but the real beauty of this game still shines through. Now, if you love like Lincoln Logs or you're an architect, then you're going to excel at this game. Castle Story has two modes, which I'm going to show you, which is the sandbox mode. And basically what the Castle Story allows you to do is kind of manipulate your environment and build these really, really dope looking castles. And I'm going to go ahead and get into sandbox mode. This is kind of a pre-made game. It's about after an hour and a half of getting into the game and kind of gathering materials, which you'll see right here. These are all of my materials right here, guys. And basically, yeah, this is it essentially right here. You gather materials from the land. You can kind of shape the land with these dudes. Let me grab Bic here. And you can shape the land pretty much any way you want. It's all completely, it has a dynamic physics to it all. So what that means is essentially, for instance, when you're building a castle, if you do not build your castle in a correct way, your workers will not be able to complete that castle because they cannot reach a certain point, or you've made it inaccessible to them. You need to build your castle in a very smart way, and that kind of affects the entire game, the environment. But you can also shape the land any way you want. For instance, this hillside here, you could click, oh sorry, hold on. Right click, hold it down, and it kind of brings up this this menu here, which gives you your access to all your abilities. Sweep, which is kind of a cleaning thing in case you've destroyed a lot of stuff and you need to get out of the way. Place structure allows you to build barrels and kind of the planks for where you gather your materials at. It's not necessarily, it's kind of the accoutrements to your castle. This one's obviously for chopping down wood. This one's for tunneling. This one's for building your castle, actually. And this one's for mining. So, for instance, I just want to give you a quick example. You basically place a dig down icon down, and it basically gives you a invisible kind of field to show you what it is they will start digging, and you can alter that parameters of that by simply right-clicking it and increasing length, for instance, increasing depth. But let's say you're like, oh, well, I don't want it as wide, and there you go. It makes it smaller, and you can only dig that far. And then you right-click, left-click your man, you tell them to go dig it, and they start doing it. So you can sit back, relax, and they basically do all the work for you. You will take the materials from that dig site and then start bringing it back to your stockpiles, which, as you can see, I have quite a large stockpile, which I've actually gathered from this little mine over here that I created. Now, the game, of course, is a castle creator, okay? And that's where things get, I guess you could say, interesting and kind of challenging at the exact same time. What I love about this game is that it teaches you to become a better builder. Your first castle is going to suck. I guarantee you. Trust me, right here, that's my first castle. I got so frustrated with it, I destroyed it because I was so enraged by it. I couldn't even build a roof on it, how much I sucked. And that's another thing I just want to know. I am a terrible builder. But again, I've only played the game for maybe less than, I don't know, 8 hours or so. I've actually been playing more of the survival mode, which we'll get to in a little while. But first I'm going to try to show you kind of a basic structure, or at least a foundation. How about that? I'm going to just build a foundation. And you kind of have to start off very simplistically, and you have to layer them like as if they were bricks. So kind of like that. As you can imagine, you kind of put one down, and then you have to kind of layer them one by one. I'm still learning to manipulate the camera controls, as you guys can imagine. And basically, yeah, you kind of build a simplistic foundation. And if your men can, like I said, cannot reach that point, they're not going to be able to build it. So you got to build smart. And it is amazing some of the stuff these people have managed to construct, because God knows I could never figure out how they did it. Which I'm actually going to go ahead and show off some screenshots a little later on of some of the amazing structures that you can create in this game. That, like I said, that is what I love about this game. The game basically kind of allows you to learn. You can build these amazing structures once you just learn how to manipulate the basic functions of the game. Did I build that right? Did I build that right? Let's see. I hope I did. Like I said, I never know. I think I did build it right, though. I did. All right. So there you go. You have a very basic foundation of a building. And to get that to start working for me, I need to start grabbing some men here. And I right-click the order icon, and they start building my castle. They start going up to my stockpiles, grabbing what they need to build it. Hold on. Derp. Why aren't you... Come on, what's going on here? Derp. There we go. I appear to be having some sort of grabbing issues. I don't really understand why. Let's see here. Can I order you to go there? Thank you. Nico and Oasis. Alright. Nico, drop what you're doing, man. What's wrong with you? Drop what you're doing. And then, yeah, you just simply click, drag, grab your workers, and they start building the castle for you. And you can kind of sit back and relax as they start building it. But you need to, of course, build it intuitively. There's also logs, which kind of adds this entire... You have to build it with support beams if you want to build a roof. If you want to build a floor, you have to have support beams. You can't just build it all willy-nilly and kind of just there. Also, kind of a neat thing about the game, it has like a realistic physics engine. If you blow up one side of your castle, that side will collapse inwards and it will be destroyed in a realistic physics fashion, which is so really neat to see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you that off. I'll try. What the hell, why not? But it's really neat to see. But yeah, you mine, you gather, you shape the land how you want. You can also, over here, there's kind of this blue crystal thing, which has more of a use in survival mode more than anything else. But this helps you kind of spawn more workers, or archers and warriors, which again are for survival mode, because the game is about kind of surviving in a harsh environment while these other species, I don't know what they're called, is trying to essentially murder you. And you're supposed to build a castle, defend yourself from them, defend your crystal, and kind of survive as long as you can. And kind of a wave-esque form and fashion. As you can see, they're kind of just building my foundation here, my walls, my little castle fort here. Let's see, is everybody working on it? Yeah, why don't you go get on working on that, huh? Come on. Don't be slacking. I think that's everybody, right? Let's see, well, we got one more slacker here. I hate slackers. There we go, all my 8 workers on there. But yeah, the game basically allows you to build these amazing structures. The game has really cool physics engine. It has these beautiful... The game is actually very gorgeous in itself. If you see it has a day and night cycle, you can just look up into the sky. It's really gorgeous. The clouds, kind of the infinite ground. You can kind of fly around, take a look if you want at things and see how gorgeous it all is. This is just sandbox mode. I think there's even a map editor that allows you to build your own maps if you wanted to. I don't know if it's in the game right now. I think they may have taken it out. I think they're tweaking it, or maybe it's a planned feature for later on, but I know there's some sort of a map editor in place. Hopefully my Bricktrons here have constructed my foundation. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my workers here because I want to show you something that's kind of hilarious. And basically, you can, like I said, the game can let you kind of blow shit up, which is kind of a hilarious thing, is to build a humongous structure, excuse me, and then destroy it. To do that, though, we need to get a barrel full of powder. Can you take the barrel? Where is the option to grab the barrel? Let's see. Pick it up. Good. Yes, yes. Take it over to the stockpile, would you? There you go. He's on his way now. And like I said, you can kind of detonate these barrels to blow stuff up, which is absolutely hilarious. They're almost done with the foundation now. As you can imagine, you kind of just build and build. And my first castle sucked, like I said earlier. But once you learn to play the game, once you learn how to handle the controls, the physics, and all that, you can build these really dope environments. Go ahead and drop that there. Hold on. Drop that there, buddy. Drop that there. There we go, yeah. No, wait. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Good boy. Now, like I said, I'm showing you kind of the basic structure. I just want to show you what it is to kind of destroy things. That doesn't look good. Oh, God. Oh no! He's dead. But you can see kind of the voxel-esque destruction. Had there been a structure on top of that, the physics would have applied, and then something would have probably crashed and fell and been destroyed. All I managed to do was kill somebody. Poor guy. I have no idea who he was, but that was kind of hilarious. And let's just give you a quick example of what you can do in Sandbox. Now I'm going to show you the other mode really quick, which is Survival Mode. And basically Survival Mode is pretty much exactly the same as Sandbox Mode, except the difference is that you are being attacked. Now, like I said, I'm not an excellent, in any way, builder. Whoa, what's that? That is a glitch. Well, that's interesting. I'm not a builder in any way, so I didn't even really try to build a castle. You don't even have to build a castle in survival mode. You can build pretty much any kind of environment you want. Let me try an earlier load here. We'll try reloading and it'll hopefully won't do that again. Thank God I didn't do that again. Okay, there we go. And this is kind of the survival-esque structure I've constructed, which, by the way, it has worked for me, but I've learned things from just doing the first time my survival mode, just how to efficiently build kind of a defensive barrier. And I kind of just started building willy-nilly, but it kind of has worked so far. I have 6 warriors here, and basically what happens is that eventually this timer will tick down, and a wave of enemies will start coming from different spots of the board. Usually right here in these areas, and they will start charging towards your crystal, which is what they are trying to destroy. And once you can build up structures to defend that crystal, hire warriors, start building more Bricktrons, mining in these really specific mines to get your tools, your blocks, or your gunpowder. No, that's not gun. Oh, I guess it's kind of gunpowder. And your blue crystals to start spawning more and more workers, more and more defenders, and the waves get bigger and bigger and bigger. And it really gets, the gameplay of this one is very, very fun. As you can see, I just have my workers kind of grabbing blocks and placing these little half blocks down to kind of impede my enemy's path. Because what they usually do is they run over these walls, they hop them, and then start trying to run through this labyrinth while my warriors are kind of just slashing them and hacking them down. It's worked for me. It's not a guaranteed strategy. There really is no such thing. You will eventually die. Which one way or another, you're going to die. But it's just one other aspect of this game. It has a lot of fun, a lot of potential to this game, guys. I really think this game is really fun. It's really neat. It teaches you how to build better. There's a lot of guides. The community is very helpful. They're basically always trying to help and give each other advice on how to build things. I've seen some amazing screenshots of structures, which I will show you after, well, maybe a little later on. But yeah, basically this is survival mode. Unfortunately, it's about 5 minutes away. I don't think I have another save file that's any close to the timer. But yeah, that's basically survival mode. These guys come down, they try to kill you. You can build these structures to defend yourself. And it's just a really neat castle defense game, guys. There is multiplayer. There's the world editor I was talking about. It's kind of been taken out of the game currently, but it's still there. There's multiplayer, which is a little wonky. Basically, you can kind of build castles, and your objective is to destroy the other player. And that's really, really neat. Like I said, the game is in early access, guys, so there's a lot of features that are not completely in the game. So the game is constantly evolving, and that's one of the beautiful things about early access games is you can talk to the developer, give them your 2 cents, give them your feedback. They may take it, they may add it to the game, they may change the game to match what you may want, how they feel their fans want the game to develop. So I'm going to show you guys some screenshots right now, awesome things that you can make. Credit is given in the screenshot to whoever posted it on Steam, which is where I got these screenshots, just to give you an example of what they are. Look at these amazing structures and how neat they are. I have no idea how they did that, but my hat's off to them. It's really, really cool, guys. But there you have it. That's the structures you can build. I really like this game. Really neat stuff. Great physics engine, great engine. The game is still under development, of course. There is multiplayer, castles, you name it. There's more features coming. There's physics, there's alchemy, magic. They've said a whole bunch of stuff is coming. I hope you enjoy this game. I highly suggest you to get it. It's available on Steam now for purchase. Big thanks to the developers. I really thank you so much for giving me a chance to review a game. I really suggest you guys to check this game out. It's a lot of fun. If you like building stuff, this is definitely a game you're going to enjoy. Now, excuse me while I go build Castle Grayskull from He-Man. Remember to like, subscribe, share for more future indie games. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This has been Let's Play Castle Story.